Okay, so this part is very, very important because it's the first real section we get into. And the first thing you really need to do is just need to pick a name. All right, I'm really excited about this part. Now, I know I'm excited about it because I'm trying to teach you to relax and breathe. This is starting your business. And so one of the hardest parts of starting your business or starting your company is just getting started. Because when you do a Google search, there's just so much conflicting information out there about, do you pick a name first? Do you get a logo first? Do you hire a marketing company first? Do you get a lawyer? Like, what are you supposed to do? And so we're going to kind of go step by step on just how to start your business. So just relax, breathe. We're going to get through this together. Okay. And the first thing we're going to do is just pick a name for the company. Now, guys, there's no perfect name out there. You can do something boring like SRS Construction or CBD Roofing, or do something cool like we try to do with Digital Roofing Innovations, which I'll get to in a little bit about our name, or just whatever you want to name it. I've heard some crazy names for roofing companies out there. There was a guy out in Abilene, Texas. His name was Fat Matt's Roofing. And it was funny because Matt wasn't fat. So when he actually showed up to people's houses and stuff to do sales calls, they were like, wow, you're not fat. And your name's Matt. Why aren't you Fat Matt? And that was a marketing strategy that he used because people would remember Fat Matt and then they would remember the skinny guy. And everybody remembered him because he had such a unique name. So I just thought that was kind of a cool name. But there's nothing wrong with doing something boring. Like I said, like doing TRC Roofing or TRC Construction. But I'll talk a little bit about picking construction or roofing here in just a little bit too. But the point is, it's your name. It's unique. You can come up with something like we did with Digital Roofing Innovations. You can come up with, I know there's a guy that we're friends with down in Birmingham. His is Summit Renovations. So there's a lot of different names. You can use exteriors. The point is, it's your name. Spend some time, do some Google searches, get on Facebook groups, and just check out other roofing companies' names and see if there's something that you like. Be careful about copying someone. If you ever want to do a trademark or copyright your company, you can get into a lot of issues with that. So just try to think of something creative, but it doesn't have to be super creative. It can be a boring construction or roofing name. Now, I'll talk a little bit about why you want to pick construction over roofing or roofing over construction, and then I'll tell you a little bit about Digital Roofing Innovations. So when you want to pick construction or roofing, if your aspirations is to do something outside of roofing one day, there's nothing wrong with go ahead and picking construction for your name and then just doing roofing if this is what you're wanting to do. If this is wanting to be your single trade for now, you can still do construction and then branch into being a general contractor down the road. It's kind of actually what we did. We do some of our larger projects under the name of DRI, which is just Digital Roofing Innovation shortened, just because it became just better for us as we started progressing as being a general contractor, which we are. Now we still mainly do roofing jobs, but we still have that opportunity now to go after some general contractor work that we probably wouldn't be able to get if we just had roofing in our name. So it's kind of important to know right when you're getting started whether you're wanting to do construction or roofing. Now if you're just wanting to be a roofing company and you want to stay with roofing, you can still do other things when you're a roofing contractor. You can still do gutters, you can still do windows, you can still do siding, and nobody would really think twice. But if you're a roofing contractor, and you're wanting to start doing flooring or concrete or fencing, that may be an issue down the road. Not a big deal, but if you're really wanting to be a multi-trade and a general contractor, just think maybe roofing or construction. Now, one thing I will tell you is we're going to get more into this when we start talking about setting up the company with your general liability and workers' comp. Having roofing in your name is going to cause your general liability and your workers' comp to be higher. Absolutely. I'm going to get really, really deep into that when we get to that section, because it was a bane of our existence when we first started our company, and it cost us a lot of money. But just know that in the future, roofing, construction, exteriors, you can't really go wrong there. Just find something that you really love. And guys, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what your name is. It matters about the work, the quality, the name you build for yourself, the type of projects you do. your character, all that thing is going to matter a lot more. So you can be something super boring and have a great company in the future just because you do great work. Now, if you come up with a very unique name like Digital Roofing Innovations like we did, we got asked, I don't know, a couple million times, what is a digital roof? What is digital roofing? And it was hard because a lot of people didn't know that we were an actual roofing company, and we had to explain that. So we thought our name was we were trying to be, advanced and use state-of-the-art technology and use satellite imagery and, do all these cool tech things that are in our industry, which again, we're going to talk about later on, which are great, but a lot of people were kind of confused about our name. So, but it was a good talking point. A lot of people would see our name and they were just always really interested in what we did because of our name, because they were like, oh, well, it's digital roofing. That sounds cool. And so I would say overall it was a positive over a negative, because it was a talking point for people, and then we could tell them more about what we did. So I'm going to end this. I'm not going to talk too much about names, because at the end of the day, it's going to be your decision. Just do some research before you just hop into a name. Make sure it really fits, and then make sure that there's nobody else in your general market. Try to stay, I would say, stay out of your state with someone who has the same name, particularly if you're going to be mainly working in a certain area or in a certain state. If someone's got the same name, especially if they've got it trademarked, you can get some issues. So just make sure you do all your due diligence with that before. And the last thing I want to say about names is, before you totally commit to your name, go to GoDaddy.com and put in the URL and see if that URL is available. And it really doesn't matter if the .com's not available, if the .biz is available, or .us, or any of the other dots are available, you can still use it. But just make sure you go look to make sure that you have a domain that's close to what your name is.